Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake. Yeah.
It's a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got a counter right here. Isn't this where you place the orders?
We sell trophies, we sell plaques, we do embroidery. No food.
You got carry-out?
Unlike the internet, everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
You know, Jim, I'll be back tomorrow to pick it all up.
We'll wait for you.
Don't wait long.
Blades Audio Video Security is Indiana's premier K-12 audio, video, and security provider. Blades is a design-built firm that provides high-quality solutions that are designed, engineered, installed, and warranted by our team of experts. For 18 years, we've helped schools and local businesses see and hear more clearly. Whether it's your sound system, your displays, your network, or your building security, ask how our experienced team can serve you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Indiana Elementary Football Association's Game of the Week. We're here at Beaver Materials Field in Noblesville. Going to bring you this matchup of two of the top IEFA teams today. Noblesville Grinders come in here at 4-0, and Ben Davis Junior Giants come in at 2-2, looking to get right. And again, we believe these are a couple teams that would have a chance to win this league this year. Should be a wonderful game. I'm disappointed that I'm not going to be joined today by my normal sidekick, Scott McCoy, former head coach of the Center Grove Junior Trojans. He encountered a good wreck on I-65 and was not able to get up here and got parked on the interstate for quite a while. So I will be joined momentarily by Willie Hale, who is the Noblesville Youth League's president, multiple years. Great guy. Will be a really good voice up here, honestly. Played football in Hawaii and played at Tennessee Tech, I believe, and really knows the game. And Willie would be great to have, honestly. Might be addition by subtraction. Don't tell Scott that. Reminder that the IFA Game of the Week is brought to you by Blades Audio Video. You'll see our commercial a couple times throughout the game, and also by Tony Thomas Art. Tony Thomas Art is can be found at tonythomasart.com. Look him up. He's got some great art. I talked to him this week and told him, Tony, you need to get some football-related stuff on there, and this crowd would be glad to scoop some of that up. Also, we were brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Talking to Jim Walford and Will Walford before the game here, our producers at Hamilton County TV, and it's about time to start getting some trophy orders placed as the season wraps up. After tonight, we're down to the final 2 weeks of the season before we go into the playoffs. So, beautiful day today. Weather's great. Humidity's low. Little windy though, which may affect. Nobles likes to throw the ball a little bit. Ben Davis likes to throw the ball a lot. Could come into play a little bit as the game gets on. Right now they're waiting on the officials to show up and do a coin toss. Ben Davis, Junior Trojans, are coached by Coach Phil Dudley. I believe this is his third year with Ben Davis. Does a nice job. His son actually is their quarterback, Caden Mason Dudley, really good athlete. Throws it about as good as anybody I've seen at this level. Still the challenge there is the route combos and blocking schemes and giving him time to throw. Noblesville's coached by Coach Jeremy Ely. Unfortunately, Jeremy's down tending to a family issue today. Just want to know he's in our prayers. His daughter's in our prayers, and hope she gets out quickly and gets feeling better. Jeremy's done a wonderful job. It is his first year as the head coach of the Grinders. Jeremy's a former Grinder, assistant coach on the Grinders for many, many moons. enjoyed having him on last year on the staff, and he's done a wonderful job taking over. I believe the acting head coach today will be Coach Hostetler. I think that's right, the OC. Again, they got a nice staff down there, guys that are all in. And at this level, it really takes coaches that are all in, are willing to prepare, to watch film, to invest in things, not only to watch your opponent's film, to watch your own film and help your kids get better, help them to correct things maybe they're not doing so well. And they've done a good job of that this season. So look for that to be in play today. And if they're better without Coach Ely, I mean, we may just tell him to go ahead and just take the rest of the season off. We'll see. I know he's listening, is why I say that. Looks like we're still waiting on the the officials. Don't want to be disrespectful already. My guess is they went to the wrong stadium. Noblesville's been blessed that we have Beaver Stadium, which is the main stadium now where the high school plays. And I must note the Grinders are undefeated there in 2.5 seasons. We also have this field, which is the original, used to be Hare Field, now it's Beaver Materials Field, where they still have this available for other sports. Lacrosse uses it quite a bit. Soccer's out here some practicing. It's great to have it. We're about maybe a quarter mile south of the high school campus, and it's nice to have for events like this. So, got some other big games in the IEFA today. We're going to have, I believe, Brownsburg plays Westfield. That'll be a good game. Pike plays Center Grove, and I believe Carmel plays HSE Junior Royals. So this is probably the first game of the day if I recall on the schedule. So officials are here. So we got Bruce Talbot out there, longtime official. We got two of them here. IEFA did change last season. I believe it was last season. We upgraded to 4 officials. Those of you out there listening, honestly, there's a real official shortage for sports at all levels. So if you're interested in making a little extra money and be around games and sports you love and kids you love, and you don't mind getting yelled at a little bit, sign up, get with the IHSAA, get with anybody, get your patch, and get trained and have an opportunity to make several hundred extra dollars each weekend just reffing football, because there definitely is a shortage, and it's hard to find people. It's with football too, especially at the youth levels, the numbers have went down significantly in most leagues, so that there's not as many games as there used to be. But even with less teams, it's still hard to find officials. Looks like Noblesville won the toss and deferred. I believe that's what I just saw on the signal. So they will kick with the wind. Well, maybe. I don't know if there's much wind. I believe Noblesville is going to be kicking south to north. So Ben Davis Jr. Giants will line up to receive the opening kickoff. I'm trying to get numbers and give kids as much credit as I can. So if y'all are listening, aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas, and the issue I have is I'm old and blind. And second issue I have with a lot of Ben Davis players tuck their jerseys up, and I can't really read them. And I actually texted Coach Dudley a little bit ago and said, hey, man, if your kids want me to say their name, I got to be able to see their number. So I'll do my best to try to give kids credit where credit's due. Coach Ely did tell me he is listening, so I got to be very careful what I say about him and his bad habits. All right, looks like Noblesville's going to choose to kick off from the left hash. Kicking is at 34 for Noblesville. I believe it is. No, I always say that, and it's not him. It's not Connor Simmons. I believe that's Braden Kowach is the kicker. Is that 94? Back deep for BD is number 1, Davion Winfrey. Oh, no, number 3 is even behind him, Max Wingo. You get names like Wingo and Winfrey, I just assume they're fast. Those are cool names. Let's see what Coach Swatch can do. Noblesville's had good success on kickoffs this year, just kicking it right up the hash, and it's covering half the field. That's fielded by number 2. It's probably not a guy they want to kick it to, Caden Mason. That's the quarterback, Caden Mason Dudley. Fields that ball and returns it across midfield.
Dudley on the return for Ben Davis.
Definitely a good athlete. You know, you'll see Dudley come out here and lead this offense. And again, Ben Davis lines up and has a more prolific passing game than most teams in the IEFA. They like to wing it around. And at this level, it's hard for defenses to really get a good look at that in practice and be able to defend it. But it's nice to get your kids to understand a little bit about coverages. And cover 3, you'll see most of the time, you'll see Noblesville's in a 4-4 with 2 safeties, or 2 corners and a safety. They'll probably cover deep thirds with outside linebackers in the flats. You can see Jackson's a safety deep. So Dudley's 2x2. Here comes the jet motion. He's going to hand it off. Noblesville's speed shows immediately, but that's a pretty athletic move by number 3. That's Max Wingo on the carry. Noblesville's there. I think that's 11. Caden, is that Bierstrom? Nope, that's 22. Dawson Cornell was there to make the play. He's just got to wrap up. Got his hands on him, and everybody else kind of over pursued. And Wingo turned that into from a 3 or 4 yard loss to a 5-yard gain. Ben Davis comes out now with a single tight end. Going to go tight trips to the right. Got 2 receivers up to the left. Going to just run a straight bubble. There's Caden Bierstrom, number 11, the outside backer, got there real quick. Nice pass by Dudley. Wingo on the reception. Caden Bierstrom, number 11 for the Grinders, is one of the better athletes on that team, and set his feet, made the play. Call that come to balance. We used to say break down, and had a Coach Schooley years ago said break down sounds bad, sounds like something went wrong, so let's just call it come into balance, and kind of got that habit. I think it makes sense. Ben Davis is out again in 2x2. Got a tight end and wide receiver to the left side. They got 2 receivers down here on the wide side. Single back set to the quarterback's right. Dudley's under center. He's looking left. Just looks to throw a quick hitch out there. Good ball. Going to be about a yard short. I think that ball is caught by Joshua Baker, number 5. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. These are just plays you don't see a lot of teams are able to run. They're actually going to give him the first down there. He got just across to the 39. Teams can execute those kind of passes at this level, can have a lot of success. You're getting rid of the ball quickly. It's going to be 1st and 10. Noblesville will be in their standard 4-4 defense. You'll see 4 linemen, you'll see 4 linebackers, safety, and 2 corners under normal circumstances. So break the huddle. About 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. Again, we got 2x2. Oh, ran a little route combo out there at the top, and the corner stayed in the flats and bit on the pump fake, and they released up the field. And thankfully, Camden Jackson got over there to try to defend that. And the ball was a little overthrown. It is quite windy, but that was a coverage bust there for the Grinders. That corner is supposed to drop back in coverage there, and thankfully Jackson got over and at least was there to put a little pressure on him. It's a good throw, good play. Again, it's going to be tough to throw. There's probably 15-mile-an-hour winds are better out here right now. And Ben Davis comes down and a little more. It looks like a running set here. We got more tight ends. You're under center. He's going to run off tackle. Nice run there by number 3, Max Wingo. Just a little off tackle play, under center, a little diversity to the offense. You can see they brought in a couple tight ends, just had 1 receiver set out. They're going to go hurry up here on 3rd and 8. Probably something they've prepared. Little personnel change. We got Jackson on the pick. They tried to run a post route there, and Camden Jackson stayed home, made a really nice play on the ball. You see Camden Jackson go up high and get that. They were just trying to force it in up the seam on like a skinny post, and safety read that well and attacked the football and high pointed it, as they call it. Jumped up and got it. You guys may remember Camden Jackson's dad making a big interception at the end of a Super Bowl, I think it was, or was it the Patriots game years ago? Kind of nice. So the Grinders will take the ball over here First and 10 from their own 44-yard line. 5:58 left in the first quarter. Max Osborne calling the signals for your Grinders. Looks like Ben Davis has some personnel issues. They had to burn a timeout there. They had too many men on the field. Yep, they got the timeout called. Going to sure that up. Hey, that great play there by Camden Jackson would be considered what we would call a work of art. On that thought, make sure you go visit TonyThomasArt.com. Tony makes some beautiful pieces of art, a lot of custom stuff that he does. He will do whatever they call it by contract. If you have something specific, you can send him. He'll do that stuff. He's got a long lead time, but he makes some beautiful stuff. You can buy prints and frames and some different things. I actually bought something this week for a friend of mine. I'm excited to see it when it comes in. But try TonyThomasArt.com and take a look at what he's got. Looks like my backup broadcaster. My backup broadcaster's trying to square away the officials issue. I think they had too many officials show up. Getting texts from my son in Colorado telling me I'm a homer. Might be right. He actually tried to put a link on the IEFA site to be able to watch the game, Jim, right on the site. So he was testing that out today to see if it worked. Is it working out there, Tyler Blades? Do you have the game right on the IEFA site today? All right, Noblesville going to come out first and 10. Two backs to the quarterback side. There's King Hall on the carry off the right side. Pretty well defended there by BD. Going to pick up a couple. Hosteller's getting the play in. Hosteller's going to get a taste of trying to be the head coach and call plays. It's not easy. Picked up about 3. King Hall's a 5th grader for the Grinders and just a heck of an athlete. Again, now it looks like Ben Davis is in more of a 50, almost a 60. They're kind of bunching up on that trip set. Little screen to A.J. Gonzalez, tight end, just runs a quick route, gets a screen, they get outside, get the edge pretty well there. Nice play call. You'll see number 20, the tight end just pivots behind those trips. Good blocking downfield. King Hall, Caden Bierstrom, number 2 for Ben Davis. Caden Mason Dudley out there to make the play. Good athlete. That's enough for a first down. Again, Ben Davis stays in what looks like a 5-3. Again, they're going to got in a little bit of a cover 3 set. Jimmy Canada, number 12, goes in motion. Little backwards lateral. Nice cut by Jimmy. There's 3 unblocked BD players on the edge there, but he was able to take that back inside and pick up a couple. King Hall's coming in. Camden Jackson's going to check out. Shouldn't he be putting on like a title belt or some kind of cowboy hat or something for getting an interception? You know, Vin Scully did all those Dodger games for all those years by himself. I don't know how he did it. Again, we got trips to the right. It's like a direct snap as Max Osborne split out. Probably going to just direct snap and take it off tackle. King Hall makes some, boy, that kid can move. He's something. He made some moves in the hole there that it's just hard to teach. It's just you just got that at birth right there. That was something. Picks up about 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Another little wrinkle there, putting the quarterback out wide. Just direct snap to an athlete running power off the right side. Got a lot of numbers over there. Noblesville comes out. Camden Jackson split out pretty narrowly. Got the trips again. Going to come back with a little reverse to hold on to the ball. Nice play there by Camden Jackson on the little reverse out of the trips. Now I understand why he wasn't as wide as usual.
Jackson on the carry for the Grinders. Pick up of about 6 on the play. It'll be another Grinders first down.
Tackle made there by number 1, Davion Winfrey. Jimmy Canada comes out. Noblesville has the ball down to the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. About 3:28 left in this first half. Neither team on the board yet. 2 backs in the backfield on either side of quarterback Osborne. Dawson Cornell, I believe that's his first carry of the game, and goes off the left tackle, picks up about 6. Good hard run. Canada back in. Jackson coming back out. Looks like they're kind of running plays in with various guys, depending on the personnel package they're in. Could be about second, 4 or 5. I think BD is kind of just varying their fronts based on the alignment of the grinders. Ozzy's out wide again. King Hall on the direct snap. King Hall comes back inside there. Tackle made by 28 London. Oh no, that's the wrong team. Trying to see which player that was. Inside backer for Ben Davis comes in and makes a really nice play. A lot of the blocking for Noblesville was outside, and that was Elsiah Eatman came in from the inside linebacker position to make that play. A lot of times you got to get those lead blockers to look inside. They're always thinking the play's going to go outside. Simple little dive play there. I believe that's 12, Jimmy Canada.
Jimmy Canada on the run.
It was. Noblesville's got some bruisers for those types of plays, and then they got a lot of speed when they want to hit the edge. They can hit you a lot of different places. This simple I formation here. Going to run a little toss left with Dawson Cornell. He's going to get into the end zone relatively easily. Pretty nice, well-executed first possession by the Grinders. A little mix of some short passes and inside runs, outside runs. 6-0. The Grinders are choosing to go for 1, I believe. Okay, I think Coach just changed it to go for 2. In our league, you go for 1 from the 3 or 2 from the 5, and at that point you can either run it or kick it or pass it, whatever. But it's from the 5-yard line, it's going to be a 2-point attempt. Coach Hosteller has the play into Max Osborne. Looks like Bruce Talbot's the white hat today. He does a good job out here with this league. Trip set again. Probably going to look to throw the ball here. They do. Hard to cover everybody. Max reads that beautifully. The corner jumped the short route, and he threw it right over the top to, is that Jimmy Canada or Dawson Cornell on the catch? It's going to make it 8-0 Grinders. That touchdown is brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Touchdowns are the reward for doing something great, and when you do something great, you should get a trophy. Go to Noblesville Trophies for all your trophies needs, plaques, whatever you need. Get over there, and they'll hook you right up. NoblesvilleTrophies.com. Is that right?
Was it 2 points or 1? They got 1 on the scoreboard. I put
2.
That was worth 2. That was a 2-point conversion. Okay. I didn't know who was wrong.
Letting the scoreboard operators know here locally. All right, so Noblesville with 1:51 left in the first quarter will kick the ball off. Each team's had the ball one time, and Ben Davis moved it. I think they got a couple first downs before they were stopped with an interception, and now Noblesville was able to really matriculate the ball down the field, as Hank Stram used to say. Another short kick. Still kicking it right to old Dudley. He did a good job recovering that one. Ben Davis will take over 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
Kick recovered by number 2, Dudley. Ben Davis will take over at their own 43-yard line.
All right. Ben Davis huddling. About 10 yards left of the football. It's always a pet peeve of mine. I want my huddle five yards behind the football, and that's my center's job, and it better be there every time. Ben Davis comes back out, and 2-by-2 set, tight end left. 3 in motion. Little jet sweep action, come back with the counter. Might have been a fumble. There's a flag on the play. They did call a fumble, recovered by Noblesville. There's a flag from the Ben Davis sideline. They're going to call a face mask from 30 yards away. All right. Trying to sort this out. Bruce is getting with the side judge, his line judge, and clarifying. Face mask on the Grinders is going to keep the ball here. It's a good little run there by, I couldn't tell who had the ball. I think that was Michael Williams, 14, if I recall. Little fake jet inside run and picked up a few yards. I think that's just a 5-yard variety. Yeah, you hate to, as a coach, you if you don't mind that call, but you mind who called it. And when their sideline judge calls it from 40 yards away, when you had 2 officials right on top of it, it always makes you wonder. The Ben Davis will actually have the ball here 1st and 6. A little confusion in the huddle. Got a tight right, trips left, set. Single running back to the quarterback's left. He's going to tuck it and run it. Jimmy Canada read that beautifully from the inside linebacker spot, and it's what you want to do. The way we've always coached that 4-4 is if that quarterback rolls out, that inside backer to the roll outside is what we call missling. He just read it, and he just took off right at the quarterback. Everybody else can stay in coverage. Typically, those inside backers are your athletes. They're going to be fast enough to get there. And you let everybody else stay in coverage to not blow anything up. Good job there by Jimmy Canada. Ben Davis comes out in a 2-by-2 set here. 2 wide receivers to each side. Tight end up top. Little route combo, just clearing out the number 1 receiver and letting the number 2 slot run a quick out route and just a little overthrown.
Pass intended for number 3, Wingo, falls incomplete.
Intended for Wingo. Bring up a 3rd down and 7. Still just a little under a minute left in this first quarter. Ben Davis games tend to take a little longer. They throw the ball quite a bit. All those incomplete passes, that clock stops. Got a tight end wide receiver to the left again, 2 receivers to the right. Looking to throw the ball. Going to go deep up the left side. Okay, they're going to call the Ben Davis player out of bounds on his route. I don't know if he caught the ball, but if you do run out of bounds and you're the first one to touch the ball coming back inbounds, it's a penalty. So yeah, he ran quite a ways out of bounds. I think that's an incomplete pass anyhow, but I don't know what the call in the field was. I think they called it incomplete because I don't see anybody holding that spot. So they're going to discuss this again. From what I saw, it'll be 4th and 7 from the same spot because Noblesville would decline that penalty, of course, if it's an incomplete pass. Another meeting. 44 seconds left. Oh, it's 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. So actually it's going to go from 4th and 7 to 4th and 12. I wasn't aware that was a loss of down play as well. Ben Davis may choose to punt here. It looks like they're in somewhat of a punting formation. Dudley, got that Dudley punting. High snap, but he got off a pretty good punt. King Hall is I'm confused on what happened there. King Hall scooped that ball up as if to return it, but the ref called it dead where he touched it. I don't know what happened there. If it's a fair catch, and he doesn't catch it, I don't believe he's allowed to touch it. Yeah, I really can't explain that one. I don't know what happened there. It's almost like the officials used to playing in a league that you're not allowed to return punts or something. I may have missed something there. I'm sure Coach Ely wasn't loving King touching that ball at that point, but it looked like he was going to make something happen. Noblesville will take up over 1st and 10 from their own 41. 36 seconds left in this first quarter. Max is in a shotgun with 3 receivers to his right. Nice little route combo and a pass with nice touch. AJ Gonzalez from the tight end position runs a short corner route. It's a nice throw, good catch. I mean, there was good coverage there, but there was a window, and Max found it. That was a heck of a throw. Noblesville back to the eye with the wing. Going to run just a toss. Dawson Cornell picks up about 10 on the play. Good tackle there by 13. Chase Madison for BD. 15 seconds left on the clock. Grinders are in a hurry-up mode here. They're actually going to call this. It's first down. Yeah, 1st and 10. Ben Davis, I believe, is forced to call another timeout because of the hurry-up. So 5 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 8-0. The Noblesville Grinders over the Ben Davis Jr. Giants. Gives us a minute to talk about our main sponsor, who I don't like to talk about too much, is Blades Audio Video Security Incorporated. Blades Audio Video Security has been in business 20 years, serving Central Indiana for all your AV needs. If you're trying to say something or show something, we'll help you get it out to as many people as you can. We're in the art of making communication better, so that's what we try to do, and also secure your facilities for access control, security cameras, recording, all kinds of fancy stuff. If you need anything, look us up at bladesav.com. Grinders will probably have a chance to run one more play before we go to commercial break in between quarters. Trying to quit coughing, gee, Christmas. Coach Ely, I need you to send me a grade A through F of how your staff's doing without you. I'll relay the message, especially if it's bad. Well, the PA announcer say something. Coach Ely does not approve of a certain play. That'd be great. Ben Davis is being scrappy here. Good tacklers. They've really put together a pretty good team this year. They had a rough go of it last year, very young, and Coach Dudley's held them together, and they've got a pretty good squad this year. I believe the IFA has 6 teams that could win the whole thing this year, to be honest with you. It's pretty balanced. A little short. Past Camden Jackson's going to pick up a couple. That's going to be the end of the first play. Big hit there. I'll give some credit to, again, Chase Madison, make number 13. He can lay the pad. So at the end of 1, Noblesville Grinders 8. Junior Giants 0. We'll be back after this short break.
Blades Audio Video Security is Indiana's premier K-12 audio, video, and security provider. Blades is a design-built firm that provides high-quality solutions that are designed, engineered, installed, and warranted by our team of experts. For 18 years, we've helped schools and local businesses see and hear more clearly. Whether it's your sound system, your displays, your network, or your building security, ask how our experienced team can serve you.
All right, we're back at Beaver Materials Field here in Noblesville. We're at the start of the second quarter. Grinders have the ball, up 8-0. Now they're going to be headed toward the south end zone. 2nd and 8 from around the 32-yard line. Grinders, this is their second drive of the day. They're able to take the first drive roughly 70 yards in for the score. Ben Davis had the ball twice, ending in an interception and a punt. See what Coach Hosteller has up his sleeve. Coach Ely did text me from Bloomington, and he gives his coaching staff an A+. He is Too easy to please. Not critical enough, Coach Ely. I'm a black belt in criticism. All right, here we go. We're going to come out in trips right again. Shotgun set. Dawson Cornell single back. Just looking for a quick pass here to Jimmy Canada. Nice cut by Jimmy. He's a load. Jimmy takes that, makes a little move outside, just cuts it upfield, picks up the first down. Going to be a gain of around 10. Be a 1st and 10 here from the 22. Grinders are in a hurry-up mode. Ben Davis has 12 kids on the field. Dawson Cornell with a nice run off the left side. Again, Ben Davis is trying to make late substitutions, and Noblesville's going no huddle. They just aren't having time to do that. Coach Hostel will probably decline that penalty and take the gain.
Canada on the carry for the Grinders.
I think he gained about 10 or 11, so they'll want to just keep that, decline that penalty. I think the position that was trying to get subbed was that wing, and I think the kid that came in was in such a hurry, went to the wrong place. There was not too many people out there. Dawson Cornell's not only big, he's got a little wiggle to him. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Grinders in I formation. Little boot action by Ozzie. Bierstrom comes back from the wing on the opposite side across the formation. Very, very tough play to cover. Good throw by Maxey. Good catch. Penalty for something.
Touchdown Grinders.
They must have celebrated too much over there, Jim. I didn't see what was going on. Can't be Bierstrom. He probably didn't spike the ball or anything, did he? I don't know. They did something to aggravate the ref. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Noblesville. That's not cool. I think A.J. Gonzalez did something. He's quite the passionate kid. Great kid. Maybe my favorite player on the team. But got a little emotional there, I guess. Anybody see what he did? I think he spiked the ball or something. I don't know. He was dancing? Oh, AJ was dancing, Coach Ely. He gets that from Jeremy. Jeremy, actually, when they have a really good drill at practice, Jeremy will do the worm or the Macarena. He has different dances for different things. Probably assess that on the kickoff. Coach Hostetler's getting the play in. Noblesville is going for 2. But they're going to put the penalty on the PAT. I thought that was on the kickoff. 15-yard penalty on the PAT. See Dave Kenyon, Noblesville's VP of support, is lobbying with the official down there. Illegal dancing. Must not have been good dancing. So the PAT, they're going to go for 2 from the 20-yard line. I predict Ozzie's going to throw this one up. They may run a toss sweep or something like that, or a sweep pass. They may try to just throw it up to Bierstrom or Jackson, just give them a chance. Two by two. Ozzie's going to have to air this one out into the wind. He does. Miscommunication. For some reason, AJ broke his route off. Max threw it, I think, where he needed to throw it to. Well, PAT no good. With 8:29 left in the second quarter, Grinders 14, BD 0. My son, who's helping us with some of the website stuff for IEFA, just texted me and said AJ spun the ball and danced. So that's just a coaching issue there. When I coached this team, that would have never happened. And all that's for you, Jeremy. Jeremy's probably thinking, yeah, if you coached a team, you wouldn't score a touchdown yet. Might be true. Watch kick this one off again, come from the left hash. Good kick that time, really good kick. That's what they're looking for. Get over the heads, ball hits the turf. Number 3, Max Wingo on the return. Very well covered by the Grinders. For something. It's nice. You love to see the ball hit the turf on a kickoff. He did catch it clean, but a lot of times that's not always the case. At this level, when you're kicking it deep, and if it's a clean kick to probably the team's best athlete back there and he catches it on the run or in the air, it's going to mean bad things for you. All right, Ben Davis takes over 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Nobles look at the strength call. Looks like they're going to look at a strong left to the short side based on the tight end. It's a quick little hitch route. Big cushion there by the corners. Aiden Stanner made a really nice tackle. Receiver's a little slow to get up. Number 5, Josh Baker on the receiving end. But I tell you, Aiden Stanner, number 3 for the Grinders, is a very tough physical kid. I think he kind of twisted his knee there, but Well, as we talk about going into next week for the IEFA, depending on how the games go today, our game of the week next week is locked in, and it's going to be these Noblesville Grinders at the Brownsburg Junior Bulldogs. Both those teams sit at the top of the stadium or the standings right now. Both 4-0. They got a 2-game lead. There's a few teams at 2-2. So next year that game's guaranteed to be between the top 2 teams of the league in the standings, no matter what happens today. And we will really look forward to that. And that game's going to kind of give us a lot of insight into the playoffs, because the way the IFA works is with our 8-team system, the top 2 seeds at the end of the regular season, the top seed gets to pick whether they want to host the championship game and take the chance that they'll get there, or they can opt to host the Final Four the week before and host those 2 games on the semi-state, and then the highest remaining seed after the semi-state would host the championship games, which is a championship game, and all 8 IEFA teams will play that day on Championship Saturday. There'll be a 7th place game, a 5th place game, a 3rd place game, highlighted with the championship game at the end of that day. So the standings are starting to clear out, and it looks now like maybe Brownsburg and Noblesville are going to have a good shot at hosting those final 2 weekends. So it's a matter of reserving stadiums and getting all that locked in. Nice little route. A little whip route there by number 3 for Ben Davis. Good run by Dudley. That was Max Wingo on a nice little whip route. And Dudley didn't like what he saw, so he tucked the ball and went up the right side. And going to pick up a first down, I believe.
Dudley on the carry for the Giants. Let's pick up that for a first down.
It's going to be 1st and 10 just across midfield at the 49-yard line. Got about 7.5 minutes left. Ben Davis is coming out with 2 wide receivers and a tight end to the left side. Single wide receiver to the right. Dudley in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Running back is number 14, Michael Williams. Dudley looking to throw the ball. Throws it across the middle. I mean, that kid just threw that ball 25 yards on a line. Almost intercepted there. Camden Jackson went up one-handed. The ball was quite a bit over his head and got a hand on it, but wasn't able to bring it down. That would have been highlight worthy. Still 7:19 left. The thing I like about the IFA, we do play 9-minute quarters at this league. Give you a little more time to play a game. And I always find it tough to go from here into middle school where they play 7-minute quarters in 7th grade and 8-minute quarters in 8th grade. And you just feel like you don't have time to get kids good reps in those really fast games. Williams out of the backfield on a little swing route. Really good throw by Dudley. Great play there by Michael Williams. Nice pass, and he did the rest. He just beat guys to the spot, broke a couple tackles. They were able to get the edge pretty quickly. Dawson Cornell jumps inside. Williams takes it upfield, tackled by A.J. Gonzalez. Defensive end getting all the way downfield there. 1st and 10, Ben Davis. Starting to get something working here on offense. 26-yard line. Tight end to the left, trips to the right. Running back Williams just to the left of Dudley. Dudley takes the snap. What a throw. I mean, from the angle I'm watching that, I'm directly behind the quarterback up that line where he threw the ball, and there wasn't much there, and he had the vision to throw that ball over toward the sidelines to the only place his receiver could catch it, and that was a tremendous throw. No gain on the play. Number 1, Davion Winfrey on the catch, and just took kind of an awkward fall there as he got tackled. But that was a throw all the way to the sidelines in coverage to the only place that their receiver could get to it, and the defense could not. So it'll be interesting to watch this Dudley kid as he goes up through the program. He's got arm talent right now. Injury timeout. I think Winfrey's okay. I think he just kind of took an awkward fall and wanted to get up and shake it off. He looks good. May have been a timeout. I didn't see if somebody called a timeout. Well, that throw, I would say, was a work of art. Great throw. Again, reminder, TonyThomasArt.com. Great sponsor of the Indiana Elementary Football Association. Good man, good friend. If you need something pretty to hang on the wall at home, and maybe you got a family member that there's a particular thing they like, a cup of sweet tea or a pitcher of lemonade or just an old front porch that reminds them of growing up somewhere down south, like my friend Scott McCoy down in Tupelo, Mississippi. Get on Tony Thomas Art, buy you a print, frame it up, get it signed, ship it to you. You can say you own art. I am the most uncultured person I know, and I got a couple pieces of his art. Ben Davis going to go empty here on 2nd and 10. Jet motion with Wingo. Dudley pulls it and hits it off the right side. He's a good athlete. Picks up about 6, going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Dudley on the carry for the Giants. Pick up about 7 yards on the play. Brought down by number 11, Caden Bierstrom.
Well, Tony Thomas Art's got a beautiful picture of a baptism done by his father-in-law, Phil Robertson, that we actually got a signed copy from Phil and Miss Kay Robertson for a wedding event we did a couple months ago, and a friend of ours, Ismael Soto, won that painting, and now it's in his possession. All right, here we go. Again, empty backfield. Probably going to see Dudley use his legs some more. Give it off to Wingo this time, who does a really nice job just cutting that jet sweep up. Wingo's an athlete. Ben Davis has really found something offensively here, and they're really able to start moving the ball. They're blocking fairly well up front, and they got athletes that know how to run, and they got to be happy with the way they're putting this drive together. It's funny, a lot of teams like to run that jet sweep, where you got that wide receiver coming in motion full speed and get the ball, the handoff at full speed and try to get that through the edge. But I know Center Grove used to call a play like that. They would just call it jet up, and you take the jet sweep, but then you're running a power play. What happens, the whole defense just takes off thinking you're running outside, and you actually opens you up a little cutback lane. Williams is a really good running back. He just made several people miss. Picked up about 5 yards. The grinders were there multiple times, and Williams has got great feet, and he's strong. A.J. Gonzalez there again on the play, trying to rip that ball out of there. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Ben Davis threatening to get back in this game right now. 4:49 left in the second quarter. 2nd and 3 from about the 7. Kind of like this position. You got plenty of room to get a first down, and Coach Dudley's got to like where he's at. His playbook's open. Does chose to throw the slant route. That was very close. That's a hard play to defend, especially when you're in cover 3 and just trying to take away the deep ball. But Zayden Stanner closed on that ball pretty quickly. It was a pretty good throw. A little high, wobbly. Stanner makes a nice play on the ball. Tough catch. And Davis getting the play in. Taking a little time here. Dudley ran over to the sidelines to get the play. 3rd and 3 from about the 7. I would look for Dudley to run the ball here on his own. I'd probably run that jet motion keeper again. Nope, he didn't. He's looking to throw it. Oh, touchdown was there. Max Mingo had the ball in his hands as he was falling, just hit the top of his hands, and the deflection's intercepted by Zayden Stanner in the end zone.
Intercepted by number 3, Zayden Stanner.
Heartbreaking drive there. Ben Davis really moved that ball well down the field, and just a big mistake there at the end. I've never had a team that can throw the ball that effectively, so I couldn't know, but they've been running the ball well. All right, so the Grinders will take over. 4:08 left in this first half. Grinders up 14-0. They got the ball at the 20-yard line, moving north toward the south end zone. Let's see what they choose to do here. Got trips to the left this time. That little bunch package. Max is under center, Osborne. Little fake toss, come back with a counter to King Hall. Number 1, Bavion Winfrey. Good to see him back out there. Got a little shook up a few plays ago. Did a great job of holding that end and closing that play down. Picked up about 3. Jimmy Canada comes off the field. I formation, wing right, tight left. Gonna run a little toss to the left. Dawson Cornell with a nice carry, picks up about 5 or 6, gonna bring up a 3rd and 3. Toss to the tight end side, good job there, good sill block by AJ Gonzalez, their number 20, the tight end. Nice reach block to get outside there. 3rd and 4. I believe the Grinders will be going for this, even if they don't quite pick it up on 4th down. Got wing left, I formation. Good cut back there. Good cut back by Cornell. The edge was set pretty well by Ben Davis, but he made a nice cut back inside of that block. Yeah, number 25 for BD there. That's Elsaya Eatman did a really good job of setting that edge. He just needs the inside players to fill that window that he created. King Hall's going to come back with the toss again. Kid just got just enough wiggle to just evade tacklers and get 2 or 3 extra yards every time. He did get out of bounds there. Going to be 2nd and about 2 from the 48-yard line. They got to get to midfield for a 1st down. Still 2.5 minutes left, 2:32 to go in this first half. I think Noblesville has all their timeouts left. I don't recall them using one. I think Ben Davis has used 1 or 2. All right, trips to the left. Got Jackson down on the right. London Rollins with the toss. Great block out there. 1 Wingo on the tackle again. Really good block out there. So that's 23 for the Grinders. Everett Hill with a really nice kick-out block to open that up. Grinders have really found something on the edge. It's going to be a false start. Xavier Lindsay Jr. just took a step there on that hard count. It's going to be 1st and 5 from around the 35. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left. I think Coach Hostetler would love to get the ball in the end zone one more time, especially after Ben Davis put together a really nice drive. last possession. I'm sure Coach Ely's watching this and realizing everything he needs to change on defense and little adjustments he needs to make. Here comes the motion. Zane Stanner. They've really found something on this toss. They're feeling good about it. Rollins runs hard, little rascal. Picks up a couple. Let me bring up a third and or a second and about 2. Well, is that Kowach? Am I giving the wrong guy credit? Everdell on the quick dive play, picks up about 4 yards. Going to be a first down. Cox stops at 121 while the chains are getting moved. Be a 1st and 10 for the Grinders at the 27-yard line. Staying in the I formation. Toss to the right. Good blocking out there. Good run. That's actually 94. I did have that wrong the whole time. That's Kowach. Kowach was on there. It wasn't London Rollins all along. I apologize to Kowach's family. Just not used to seeing 94 in the backfield. I got to be honest with you. What kind of deal is that, Coach Ely? 2nd down and 1. Shotgun. There's that quick bubble out to Canada this time. He's going to pick up the first down. Noblesville does take a timeout. 31 seconds left. They're going to have the ball 1st and 10 from about the 16. Quick little play there. Good blocking out there. I believe Noblesville has 2 timeouts left. The Grinders do have 2 timeouts left. Check with the scorekeeper down there to make sure. They would love nothing more than to punch this in the end zone before halftime. I believe the Grinders received the opening or the second half kickoff as well. If I recall, they kicked off first. Ben Davis had a little bit of a drive, couple first downs before the interception, so it's a good spot for the Grinders to not only be able to maybe punch one in here, but then to get the ball right back. And if you're in Ben Davis' shoes, it's critical that you stop him here. And Ben Davis has been very feisty all day, and nothing's came easy. You haven't seen him, 50, 60-yard plays. It's just been a lot of 4, 6, 8, 10, 12-yard plays, and a lot of diversity on this Noblesville offense. A lot of different guys involved. First and 10, here we go. Canada split to the right, Jackson out to the left. Dawson Cornell in the backfield, some single setback. Little boot action. Max Osborne's going to just throw this one away. Well, he's throwing it up to 12. Maybe had something a little earlier there. Clock stops, 23.8 seconds. 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line. Ball's in about the middle of the field, a little right of center. Got the play call in. Ben Davis definitely expecting that passing game. As you can see, they're kind of in almost a cover 4 quarters look. Trying to see where they're going to settle in. It's an interesting coverage. Here in cover 3, you got one deep safety and a couple corners. Linebackers are all down pretty tight. Gonna just throw it up to Jackson. I believe that ball's intercepted. It is. They do call that an interception. Nice play out there by BD. Number 3 for Ben Davis. That's Max Wingo. Just goes up and gets that ball. Trying to get the ball in there to Cam Jackson, but little underthrown into that wind, and Wingo's one of the better athletes on Ben Davis, so he was able to go up and get that ball. It's big for Ben Davis to keep this right where it's at, especially knowing, again, they're going to kick the ball off. With 2 timeouts left there, I'm sure Coach Hostetler's probably thinking they could have ran the ball a little bit more because they were having good success. Dudley on the quarterback draw. Picks up a few. Be a timeout, BD. BD does have big playability here with this passing game, so Coach Dudley's probably thinking of taking a shot, just seeing what happens. Looking for some other scores today from the IEFA. Let's take a look around the league and see who's playing at what time and what locations in case you guys want to scoot on over. Keep in mind all the regular season games for the IEFA are free. We only charge for opening weekend, the Kickoff Classic, and we charge for playoff games. I think it's $3 a person. Hasn't changed in years as far as I know. Let's look around here today. We've got this game. It's obviously the 1 o'clock game. At 4 o'clock, we've got Westfield at Brownsburg. That should be a good one. Those are 2 pretty good teams. Brownsburg's 4-0. Westfield, although they're 1-3, they are just a few points and a few breaks away from being 4-0. You got Center Grove at Pike at 4 o'clock as well. Dudley's going to throw it deep here. And he caught a guy. 5. Joshua Baker on the catch. Last game tonight, that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. Last game tonight is HSC Junior Royals at the Carmel Pups at Carmel High School at 6:30 this evening. Well, at halftime, we've got Noblesville Grinders 14, Ben Davis Junior Giants 0. We will see you back here after halftime.
Audio Video Security is Indiana's premier K-12 audio, video, and security provider. Blades is a design-built firm that provides high-quality solutions that are designed, engineered, installed, and warranted by our team of experts. For 18 years, we've helped schools and local businesses see and hear more clearly. Whether it's your sound system, your displays, your network, or your building security, ask how our experienced team can serve you.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hey, welcome back to IEFA Football Game of the Week, brought to you by Blades Audio, Video, and Security, TonyThomasArt.com, and Noblesville Trophies, the official sponsor of Touchdowns. So you got 2 sponsors today, Jim, so far. I'm grateful to be joined in the second half, so you don't have to just listen to me blubber the whole time this time. I got with me for the second half Willie Hale. Willie is the president of the Noblesville Elementary Football League, has been for 2 or 3 years now?
Second year, yeah.
Yep, Willie is a Noblesville resident, great guy. I have 3 boys in the program. His oldest boy's number 70, I believe, playing left guard for the Grinders. But Willie's been gracious enough to come up and fill in for Scott McCoy. True upgrade, I'm sure.
Oh, not at all, Coach. Thanks for having me up here.
Glad you can be here. Well, what do you think, Willie, in your 2 years of experience with the IEFA? What do you think about the league as a whole, as a former Division I football player and high school player and father? What do you think about this league?
I think the league is one of the most competitive leagues I've ever seen and one of the most fundamentally sound leagues I've ever seen. You see kids blocking well, tackling well, have some good form, some good fundamentals, and that's what you want before you start getting to the levels where your competition starts getting heavier. Those margins of error are a little smaller. So this level where we're getting a lot of that fundamental and foundational football is really, really great.
Yeah, we love it. It is good, and there's some good coaches in this league. And, you know, old guy told me years ago, at this level, teach them to block, tackle, and love football. If you do those 3 things, you've done some things right.
Can't go wrong.
And I love the culture. I'm looking down there. I see Bryson Kenyon from last year's Grinder team. I see Big Easton Wiesner. I see Porter Ray, I believe, down there.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun to see that culture of kids. I see Sammy, what's his name? Sammy
Rex.
I see him down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's great when you see your old players come back around and be all in on the program. And that senior class from last year was my first team. And I love watching high school football to see all these former players and kids that were in the NFL. And some of them weren't grinders, turn out to be great players in high school. Some of them were grinders, don't even play football in high school. But for the most part, a lot of these kids here, you fast forward 5 or 6 years, they're going to be making plays on Friday nights.
Oh, yes, they are. You can tell right here they're building their confidence up, ready to go.
It was really good to see our high school staff represented here today, too, as usual.
Awesome.
There goes Hayden Skelton. What's up, Hayden? Speaking of former grinders. Kid was on a team last year. Looks like he's about 17 now.
Yeah,
all right,
puberty hit strong.
Ben Davis. Looks like Dudley's going to be here to kick it off. Noblesville will receive the toss. Nice onside kick. Very well fielded. Trying to see who fielded that. That was a really good onside kick, but fielded cleanly there by 34. Is that 34?
That looks like 34.
That's
Connor Simmons.
Simmons, look at that. His dad's up coaching Purdue today against Notre Dame, and kid just made a play.
Dad'll be proud of Connor.
When I was coaching the front row guys, if you got the ball, you fell down. Simmons said, I ain't falling down. I'm scoring touchdown.
He's got a story to tell to Dad once he gets back to that.
He almost broke that one. Coach Ely just lets him run wild down here. All right, Noblesville will take over. Excellent field position. They're going to go with going to split Max Osborne out, the quarterback, and it'll be a direct snap here to 22. I always forget that kid's name. Dawson Cornell. It's going to be actually to King Hall. King is he's hard to bring down, man.
Tough 5th grader there.
He is squirrely. He is very unique and very gifted.
He's been a special kid. He was on my in-house rec team last year, and he was a special kid to coach. You coach him, he's very coachable, put his foot in the ground and get upfield. He's one of those that you love to coach.
Did you go undefeated?
No.
Man, with a player like that, that's all in the coach right there.
Coach's fault all day.
All right, Nobles will come back out in more traditional set. Ozzy's in shotgun. Ben Davis staying in a little bit of a 4-4 look. Going to pick up a couple off the right side with Dawson Cornell. Is going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3. If you watch the replay here, pretty good blocking down on the right side.
See there, Chase Lee is getting some good pressure up there, getting that defensive tackle moving, but that defensive tackle is not letting up too much himself.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Alciah Eastman, number 25 for BD, has been in on a lot of plays. He does a really nice job out there at that end position. There's that little dump-off pass to the tight end again, just a kind of a quick little screen, easy short pass. It's just kind of a long handoff to A.J. Gonzalez there. He follows his blocking and picked up the 1st down.
I see number 2, Caden Mason, in there on the tackle as well. He's been all over the field, quarterback and safety and cornerback.
Yeah, they've got some
Quite
guys. 14 for Ben Davis. Williams is a heck of a running back. Ben Davis has got a talented team here, and they put together a really good drive there toward the end of the first half and had that interception on tip ball. And big momentum shifter, because that was going to put them right back in this game. And they can make you prepare, because they can throw it, run it. They can do a little bit of everything.
Yes, they can. I'm sure a nightmare to prepare for in the midweek there.
You know, the Grinders are no picnic to prepare for. They can run dives, they can run power, they can get the edge on you, they can throw it around a little bit, long, short. They have got a very, very complex offense this year. I mean, they can do a lot of different things.
That's something I'm noticing around the league this year. A lot more complicated offenses and kids who can understand the complicated offenses. It's really impressive. My age, when I was this age, I'd dives, traps, counters, that's all we knew.
Man, I couldn't even take a handoff. That little tight eye here. King Hall's going to run a little lead to the right side. Bierstrom's, man, that kid is special.
Yes, he is.
Big hit there by 42 for Ben Davis at the end of that run. Ranson Bowman comes over. That's a beautiful little play. If you watch, it's eye, but it's the wing on the weak side comes across as the lead blocker. Really doesn't have anybody to block. Nice design play. Just a simple ISO, or what we call belly. Ben Davis again is going to get caught with too many men on the field. Oh, they didn't do it.
Got just in time there.
I think you're running a no play there, and Ben Davis didn't jump. Again, just a short dive with Jimmy Canada. Coach Hostetler's doing a good job of kind of seeing that alignment and wherever that, what we would call the one tech or zero tech over the nose, whichever shade he's playing, they're kind of just hitting the opposite side of the center. And, you know, Jimmy Canada's, 120-pound kid and not easy to tackle.
Just run off that guard's backside and keep moving.
And, they're doing some good blocking. They're running right behind number 70 back there.
I don't know who that kid is.
Here's Jim.
Touchdown Noblesville.
King Hall on the toss, really good blocking on the edge. And, again, inside, outside, inside, outside. It's hard to cover it all.
Absolutely. Good
I'll
block by Jimmy Canada on the corner there.
Yeah, and A.J. Gonzalez did a nice job selling that defensive end. I like to see him get his feet a little wider there, but he was able to get his body into his defensive end and drive him downfield. And I like to see him work his feet and seal that a little bit. I'm sure Coach Ely will work on that, but he definitely did his job and freed up King Hall.
A lot of sustained drives by the offenses today. I'm sure the defensive linebackers getting quite tired. You're going 60, 70-yard drives.
Yeah, going to go for 2 this time from the 5. It's nice to see that A.J. Gonzalez decided not to do the icky shuffle this time, so they're not going from the 20. See what Coach has up his sleeve. He likes to get a little creative here. You got a little trips bunch to the left. You got Cam Jackson out here on his own to the right. Just looking to – that's a nice route.
Nice route, nice pass.
Both these quarterbacks have hit windows that you don't see normally hit with 5th and 6th graders.
Not at all.
That touchdown's brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. For all your trophy needs, your plaque needs, go to noblesvilletrophies.com. Again, we bought plaques for I bought trophies for my team NCAA pool, bought a trophy for our in-house office golf 2-man scramble. Anything you need, go up there and get them. Just one year we bought a bunch of trophies for we just gave out corny awards, kind of like the Dundees of Blades Audio Video, and gave out the dumbest awards. But we bought trophies from Jim. He made whatever you need. Get down there at noblesvilletrophies.com for all your trophies need. Doesn't just have to be sports, folks. Everybody likes a trophy. Speaking of, I'm a trophy husband. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
now,
Mrs.
Coach.
Blades may argue it, but I know my role.
I mean, you look like you've been in the gym here getting your guns up.
And it looks like I've been at Jim's Deli. All right, Nobles is going to kick this ball off. It's 22-0 at this point. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Noblesville really a big momentum shift. Ben Davis is looking to punch it in the end zone, get within 1 score, and has a costly turnover, and now Noblesville has scored again.
Number 1, Davion Winfrey on the return there.
Very good tackle there. I believe that's 18, Reese Gibson for Noblesville. Or Austin Tomlinson, they said. Yeah, 44. Nice play.
Austin Tomlinson, I've got his younger brother on my rec team here. He's quite the player as well. Axel Tomlinson.
What grade are you coaching in-house this year?
3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th, that's your younger son? He's a 4th grader?
My younger son's a 4th grader. His name's Isaac.
Isaac, he's fast, right?
Yeah, he's okay.
He's all right?
He's okay.
How's your team doing? What's your record?
We finished the regular season 7-0 today.
Did you really?
Yes, we
regular
did.
season's already over?
Yes.
7-0, huh?
Head into playoffs next week.
Wow. Man, your resume is going to be really looking good here. Dudley,
Pick by Connor Skelton.
Look, that's a defensive tackle, folks.
Wow. What a play.
Wow. That's a defensive tackle, I believe, running a stunt.
He is a Swiss Army knife of a kid.
He's running a stunt and finds himself right in the middle of that.
Wow.
What a play.
What a heads-up play.
And look how he finishes the run. Dudley does a good job at running him down.
Right.
Good hustle by your quarterback. But, man, that's hard to put that on your quarterback. You're looking at a window that's open, and a defensive tackle just happens to be running a stunt right into that lane.
He's looking like he's not supposed to be there, which normally he wouldn't be.
He did be. He wasn't there. Noblesville's undersized. I think the whole league's a little undersized this year compared to the monsters we had last year.
Oh, yeah.
But they're so scrappy up front. You know, a guy like Connor could play tight end, could run the ball. You know, so for him to get an interception there, as a defensive tackle to not be a black striper tells you what you need to know.
Exactly. And then he's at center right now, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, your center gets an interception. Ooh, Hostetler getting a little greedy there.
That was nice coverage on there. Who is that back there, number 3?
That Wingo again.
Sure is.
Yeah, he's a
good corner back there. He's got some good feet.
He's a good football player. Somewhere Coach Ely's in Monroe County yelling, "Run the ball," maybe with some bad words in there.
This is where simple is best down here in this area.
Yeah.
Do what you do best and get bodies moving.
He's probably thinking, I'm up 22-0. I'm going to try a few things and put a few wrinkles, give the next team something to think about. Well, that's about as simple as you can get, just the old dive.
Exactly. Right
the
there
old
with
dive with your 120-pound fullback.
Doesn't hurt to have some bigger backs. Jimmy Canada on the touchdown.
Jimmy Canada on the touchdown run.
Grant Hale, number 70, he blocked 2 guys on that play. If you watch him, he blocked the nose and got up second level and blocked another guy. His mom must be an athlete, man.
Oh, it's not the dad.
Yeah.
It's definitely not his dad.
But he did make a great block there. I'm just being honest with you. You saw it. You saw it.
Oh, as a dad, you never see it. You only see the bad stuff.
I know. My son, I share an office with my son, Wyatt. He's our VP at Blades AV Security, and he reminds me every day of me not giving him the ball in the 5th grade championship game against the Falcons. I just didn't give him the ball enough. To this day, I still hear about it. And he's, I hate to say it, but he's right. Little swing route, intercepted there by Ben Davis.
And there goes Wingo again.
Yeah, he's a player.
He is.
And Cus Hostetler's just running a play. It's going to work or it's not. Just to try something out. Your risk reward there is not terrible. Well, with 5:48 left in the third quarter right now, it's Grinders 28, Junior Giants 0. Again, this is a game that was within 3 yards of being a one-possession game at halftime, and Ben Davis had all the momentum, and just goes to show you what a play like that can just break you, and it's hard to recover.
Momentum swings are big. We just saw it in the high school game with Noblesville High School last night. Momentum swings were down 18-24 to Westfield, and one big play switched the momentum around.
Yeah, don't get me started on that game. That's frustrating.
Nice kickoff. Here we go. Wingo on the carry, on the return. And that looks like
Koswatch, or is that Simmons again? That's 94.
That's Brandon Kowash. Braden
yeah.
Kowash, yeah. He was a great player last year in the in-house rec team. All these kids were really strong kids, good coachable kids.
Still 5:41 to go in the third quarter. 28-point game as if you're Noblesville, you're playing a pretty good team here, and if you got a full B game after this. Most of the teams in our league, you play an A game and then you play a full B game after. So all the kids on your team, even the ones you're developing that are younger, maybe 5th graders, some 4th graders, they get plenty of reps in. So at this point in the game, if you're Noblesville, you're probably looking to, if you get one more score, you're looking at the running clock. That's 5 for Ben Davis, Camden, Joshua Baker.
Baker on the carry for the Giants, down the backfield, number 12, Jimmy Canada.
Yeah, Jimmy Canada, linebacker, just kind of shot that gap and made that play. Here comes Connor Skelton coming off the field. looking for his interception cowboy hat or pink robe or whatever, you know, the turnover.
The chain, the hat, the wrist, the watch.
His brother Hayden's down there talking to him.
Ben Davis with the trips bunch formation. Running for his life now. Ooh, man, that kid has an arm.
He's good.
Number
really
5,
good.
Joshua Baker on the catch there.
I mean, Noblesville's all over the quarterback there, and Dudley's able to get out of the grasp of who is that? Is that 77? Is that a player? Yeah, that's Aguilera. All over him, and
still able to get it off there. That's some arm strength. That's some lower body strength there.
He's a special player. It'll be 3rd and 5 now. Pretty good crowd here for an IEFA game.
Very much so.
Stands are spread out. There's quite a few people here. I'd say a couple hundred anyhow. You usually get 700-800 views on these games too. On
no kidding, that's
TV.
awesome.
Yeah, almost half of the high school. Oh, good job by Dudley pulling that one down. His first look was not there.
Got as many yards as he could till taken down by who was
Everdale.
Everdale.
He read that and had a beautiful tackle. Watch Everdale. He's a tough little rascal.
He was my quarterback a couple years back, and when he was in 4th grade, and he's just one of those tough kids you just can't teach toughness.
I do worry about Everett lowering his head there a little bit on that play. You worry about him himself, but
we should call that bullying. Stop bullying. Put your head up.
Is that Dudley that's down?
He
took a pretty big hit.
Yeah. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him a bit and not something serious there.
Did you already clear that replay, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, it gives us some time to think about the games tonight. As we said, there's 2 games at 4 o'clock. You got Westfield at Brownsburg High School at 4 o'clock. It'll be a good game in the IFA. You also have, I believe, it's Center Grove at Pike at 4 o'clock today. And then at 6:30, you got the HSC Junior Royals at the Carmel Pups in their game at 6:30 at Carmel High School. Yeah, that is Dudley. A little shook up. I tell you, Everdale went low and hard. And imagine he's got a little Charlie horse at a minimum.
Yeah.
He's going to walk this one off.
Don't think that'll be the last we see of him today. He looks like walking it off and ready to come back in, I guess.
Yeah. He just took a pretty good hit there to the quad.
Yeah.
3:47 left in this one. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4. I'm sure Coach Dudley's not loving his quarterback coming out in a situation like this.
Looks like he's having a talk with his offensive lineman, telling him, hey, let's protect the quarterback. Let's make sure we're getting a big push up there and holding our blocks when we're having pass plays here.
Yeah, on that play, he was looking to come down here to the near side of the field. He was looking for a quick out route that was very well covered. So he pulled the ball down and saw an alley up the middle, and it was there, but Ill had dropped in coverage, but he read the quarterback scramble and attacked.
Closed pretty quickly.
Yeah, he did.
I think he was looking for, was it Wingo out here on the right side, but London Rollins for Noblesville on the coverage there.
Yeah, it was tight coverage. It wasn't there. Trying to see. I think they're going to direct snap at the Wingo here. I don't know if he's going to punt it or run it or throw it.
4th down and about 4 to go. See what they have here. Ooh, direct snap run.
Well, he was about to get it. He did get it and some, but I think they're going to call a hold on the edge.
Yeah, let's see where. I think that was number maybe 99 on the hold.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'm watching that block. It's a pretty good block.
Yeah. Hands were inside. That was a nice movement of feet.
Well, Dudley's back in. That's good to see.
Nice to see the kid come back out.
It's a good play call, and I think they actually had something there. I mean, that holding call, and maybe there was something we didn't see there. It was borderline.
Right. Like I said, another crack at it. 4th and about 9.
Yeah, Dudley back in. I look for him to throw this one.
So, Coach, do you ever see anything besides cover 3 here in the league? I see a lot of cover 3, a lot of single safety back there.
I haven't really this year. There's, the 4-4 is kind of the defensive choice in this league. It's a good defense. It's easy to teach, but you'll see like even Center Grove and Scott McCoy's days actually ran the high school's 4-3. They just walked the safety down all the time. It just looked like a 4-4, but they called the positions were just what the high school would call them.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice throw.
Yeah, see, that's where Bierstrom, the outside backer, had nobody in the flats, but he's staying home worried about the scramble, so he wasn't able to get depth there under that route. Great job by Dudley and great job by Wingo to get open.
Make some choose.
But you'll see teams go to cover 4. Like for us, when I coached, it was cover 3 or cover 4.
Yeah.
Cover 2's tough. Cover 2's tough to teach at this level, but Center Grove used to run cover 2 quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that would confuse you when a corner would stay home sometimes against teams like to throw it.
Yeah.
They think the corner's going to backpedal, and then he stays home. And at this level, you're looking for – this is as complex of a passing offense as you'll see what Ben Davis is doing.
Right.
Even Westfield doesn't throw the ball this much. They run their same schemes that they're going to run all the way through.
Yeah.
Formation-wise, some of that stuff, obviously, they build on it. But Westfield, or what Ben Davis is doing here, is probably the most complex passing scheme I've seen in my 19 years of being out here in youth football.
Complex routes. They look like they're doing a bit of reading as well based on the routes that they're running.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's just breaking it up. You're looking, okay, here's my 2 receivers, here's the route combo, here's their outside backer and corner. And if they do this, I'll do that. But just right there, that's there.
Mm-hmm.
The corner's vacating into cover 3. The outside backer's got inside leverage. That's hard to cover that if you can throw it.
And that's a hard throw as well, too.
And that's why when I was coaching, we didn't worry about that stuff so much. If you got a team that can execute it, now you got to adjust.
Right.
But even in cover 3, you know from playing wide receiver, DB, in cover 3, your corners are supposed to try to force that receiver outside up the sidelines and make it a harder, longer throw.
Right.
And cover 2 is just the opposite. You're trying to force him inside to one of your 2 deep safeties. Well, we always ran cover 3 with outside leverage. It looks different, but what you're doing is we very rarely look at Dudley's going to throw this one deep. Jackson intercepts that one again. No flags on the field. Grinders will take over the 18-19 yard line.
Did a good job getting deeper than the deepest man there, Jackson. He went up, read him.
DBs love it in these weeks when they got opportunities,
Yeah, and that's his second of the day, isn't it?
Right, and we're in cover 3 there, and Zayden Stander got beat deep. Our corners, Sander and Rollins, are so aggressive. It's hard for them to play cover 3. But in cover 2, what you're trying to do is force them inside. Was what I was getting back to my story. And but at our level, we found it. And Coach Schooley, who coached at Pike and HSC or Fishers for years, and coached with me on the Grinders, taught us a lot. We realized by running cover 3 with outside leverage, we're better off because teams aren't going to beat you with slant a lot. No. They're going to try to go deep on you. Plus, your DBs are going to keep their eyes on the ball more often.
Exactly.
They're not going to turn their back, and then next thing you know, they're out of the play. They don't know where the ball is. I don't know if Coach Ely's carrying that over, but that's the way we always taught it, and it really worked for us.
And if they're going to go outside like that, if they're going to try to throw outside, that's a hard throw for a 6th grader to make all the way down to the numbers.
Really is. And we felt like if 2% of the teams could execute something, then we'll adjust. But we're not going to base everything on what teams can't do that well. We're going to base it on what we normally see.
The 8 and the 80.
We find it good, but you'll get traditionalists that'll come in, well, you can't teach it like that. Our kids get to high school. I'm like, you can't teach a kid to move from outside leverage to inside leverage in 5 minutes.
Easiest thing you could do. Easiest thing you could do.
The fact that we have a kid that understands leverage and the difference between cover 2 and 3 ought to give you something, especially if he can block and tackle.
That's enough. That's Braden Kowash with the run there.
Man, what a cut. Good cut. Picks up about 20.
Some good vision there.
Noblesville has a lot of weapons.
Kowash looks shaken up on the play a little. I love the way the cuts are getting up the field. There's no side to side. Stick your foot in the ground, make a cut, still get north to south. We're not going too much side to side things.
Yeah, they're just kind of playing power football. He kind of fell funny on his side. I was watching that replay. I think he's fine. He might even fallen on the ball a little. He just ran right by the trainer. That's Chad Robertson, right? He's been helping out with training for as long as I can remember coaching. He's been out here.
Still loyal, still great guy for us. Make sure these kids are all nice and healthy.
Co-watch just told him he's fine, get away from me. I think our co-watch's mom up here said something about rub some dirt on it or something. That's what I'm talking about.
I heard it too.
It's kind of parenting I like. Here's that counter back. Ooh. Very, very well played there by number.
Is that 25 or 26?
It's a little feller there. I'm trying to get his number. I think he was blitzing. He's the guy walking back towards safety. For number 4 for Ben Davis.
Okay.
That's Demarion Martin. If you watch him there, he kind of blitzed and turned that whole play in.
Yeah, he did.
But 25 has played well all day. 25 is a player.
Yeah.
That's Elsaya Eatman. Coach McCoy and I were talking about it probably too late in the game. We would have loved to pick an IEFA all-star team and played a couple tournaments after the season.
That would have been great.
Probably too late to do it, but no, I'm telling you right now, 25 would be picked up.
Oh, he'd be there.
Number 2 would be our quarterback probably.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Osborne's pretty darn good.
Reads well.
King Hall.
And he's
Look
still
at this
going.
kid.
I mean, the legs are still driving.
5th grader.
5th grader. He's got a younger brother in 2nd grade that's not too far off as well. So
He can't weigh 70 pounds, man.
he's 70 pounds.
Look at that move. Look at that stiff arm.
And then watch the leg drive. I mean, just continue to move, lower the hips, and just keep going.
Merry Christmas. Wow. He's
And the
special.
Brownsburg defense was getting low. It's not like they weren't getting to the ball, but, man, leg drive kills.
Yeah. I think Ben Davis has just about had it. There's 30 seconds left here. I think the Grinders are going to choose to run the clock out. We go into commercial on the break.
So it looks like they're going to try to get one more in.
Yeah, they might have to. The clock was right there.
Yeah.
It's an I with a wing left, tight right. I'm going to run ISO one way or the other, typically out of this formation. Going to go left this time.
Braden Kowash on the carry. Oh, wow. And he breaks it. Number 1 had a chance to catch him. And he did. Turned him back into his players, and they got him down, but not without a big game from Kowash.
Davion Winfrey and Caden Mason Dudley both on the tackle there, but Kowash is hitting the hole. Very good block, and who's 75 for the Grinders?
That is Ben O'Rourke.
Ben O'Rourke got downfield, second level, made a nice block. Well, after 3, Noblesville Grinders 28, Junior Giants 0. We'll be right back after this break.
Audio Video Security is Indiana's premier K-12 audio, video, and security provider. Blades is a design-built firm that provides high-quality solutions that are designed, engineered, installed, and warranted by our team of experts. For 18 years, we've helped schools and local businesses see and hear more clearly. Whether it's your sound system, your displays, your network, or your building security, ask how our experienced team can serve you.
All right, welcome back here to Beaver Materials Field in beautiful Noblesville, Indiana. This great Saturday. We start the 4th quarter with Noblesville up 28-0. Noblesville does have the ball 1st and 10 from just inside the 20. I'm here with Willie Hill of Noblesville Elementary Football League, helping out today with the absence of Scott McCoy.
Thanks for having me, Coach.
Hey, glad to have you. Having a lot of fun here. I mean, when we talk about it, Willie, this game was, you know, late in the 2nd quarter, Ben Davis at the 3-yard line looking to make it 14-6, 14-8. Had an interception on a tip ball, and it's just turned the whole momentum around.
Hasn't been the same game since. And it was a good ball. I mean, could have came down with it, just that tip drill. Changed the whole momentum of the game. That's Kowash on the carry again.
He's got great feet. What grade is that kid in?
He's in 5th grade as well.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get rid of number 94 for our running back, though. Come on now. Put a low number on that kid, Ely.
I think it was a good block over there by Evan McCain there as well. He opened a hole there up on the tackle position there.
It's going to be a different look for the Grinders next year. You look at big Bierstrom and Jimmy Canada and 22, what's his name?
Dawson
again?
Cornell.
Dawson Cornell. You look at that size. Next year, they're going to be a little more shifty.
Yeah.
Kowach and King Hall. I mean, these kids know how to run the ball, though.
Yeah, they do. I mean, scrappy, too. Keep the ball moving. Keep the feet moving.
And you got, who's that 5th grade quarterback? Rich.
Ian Rich.
I'm looking at the wrong team. No wonder I can't find him. Yeah, number 13, Ian Rich will be out there. They're going to be smaller next year, but they're very athletic.
Very much so. If they can stay technically sound with their blocking, I think they'll be okay. Speaking of 13, that was 13 for the Junior Giants, Chase Madison on the tackle there, coming up in the linebacker. He's not a small man himself.
He's made some plays today. BD's got some players.
Yes, they do.
Ozzie under center here on 3rd and about a foot. Probably going to run us just a quick dive.
Good call.
He does get it. I believe that was it Everdell? Was that 23?
I think that was.
Everdell? Let me see.
Everdell there.
It's hard to see those
28.
numbers. 28.
Was,
See, it's all
London
scrunched
Rollins.
up. That was London Rollins. Somebody on the team pulled his jersey down as if he knew we were trying to read his number. 1st and goal, Grinders at the 8 or 9 yard line.
Those with the Junior Giants, they've had their corners are doing a good job masking their coverages. They're coming to man, coming back and going to cover 3. Doing a good job of that.
Yeah, they probably get a lot of reps against a good passing game every practice.
Right. Oh,
what a cut
in the hole. Oh, my goodness.
Is that Kowach again?
That sure was.
I like him. I like him a lot.
It's good seeing the kids start to grow up. You will start watching them on their B games, and they're getting some A game reps, and you see the maturity level just gain every week. His level of vision now has been impeccable.
2nd and goal from the 3. What is the running clock rule? Is it 32 or 36? Or
I think it's 32.
We may be getting close to that territory here. Ozzie under center. Again, just a short, quick little dive there.
Everdell there.
Everdell. It's going to make it 34-0. Grinders have to select the PAT, 1 or 2.
No excessive celebrations this time, so we can we'll see a play from the 3 now for the 1, I think.
That touchdown's brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. For all your trophy needs, please visit Noblesville Trophies off of 10th Street. Is that 10th Street up there? Or go to noblesvilletrophies.com. Give them a call, place your order, pick it up, usually within 1 day or 2, and they'll hook you right up. Ask for the IEFA discount when you go in there. It's exactly 0%, I believe, today. Today and today only.
0.0% there, Coach.
There we go. Noblesville in the I formation. Going to go for 1 from the 3-yard line. Going to be a little toss to the left.
Aiden staying on the motion there. And
good job by Ben Davis.
Way to close in.
Yeah, Ben Davis did a nice, what we call a vice drill. He had the outside leverage while the inside guys filled. Well, that's going to make it keep the score at 34-0 as Noblesville prepares to kick off. Now, next week's, again, we've mentioned today's IEFA games. Let's look a little bit ahead to next week. Next week, in week 6, to September 21st, we've got Pike at Ben Davis. That game will be at 2 o'clock at Ben Davis High School. We got Carmel at Center Grove, which is at 12:30 down at Center Grove Bantam Fields on the south side. I-69's open all the way to Bloomington now, all the way through. It's great. I got down to downtown from Noblesville, downtown Bloomington, an hour 15 minutes yesterday.
Great, isn't it? Oh.
It's super nice. HSE is at Westfield High School next week, so HSE Junior Rolls at Westfield Rocks at 4 o'clock. And our game of the week, Noblesville at Brownsburg, 4 o'clock at Rourke Stadium in Brownsburg. Ought to be a big one.
Yes, it will.
You can go to
number 1 with the
Winfrey
return there.
Winfrey on that return. I think that's Thornburg. Is that 38? Is that who that is?
Yep.
Good tackle. Way to recover.
I tell you, he got out to the outside pretty quick there. He was a bit of a stiff arm.
trying to see what the running clock rule is, the mercy rule. 35. It's
35.
They
Okay,
needed to get that 1 point. So we're
Yeah.
going to just continue playing at normal schedule here. Ben Davis takes over at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. After that nice return by Winfrey.
All right, a timeout, Noblesville.
I think they got some personnel they want to rotate in here. This is where it gets tough as a coach. You know, you want to make sure you get kids in the game, and you do have a full B game coming. And sometimes especially their head coach not here, you're trying to figure out. You really count on your coaches, your position coaches, to know their position groups and rotate. And I'll say last year was my best year having coaches that were responsible for their groups and making sure we could get guys in. And it's tough. You want to get them all in here. What's interesting is Ben Davis will probably stick with a lot of their ones, so it's kind of nice to see some of your backups filtered in with still going against the other team's starters, and you kind of get a real good look. Sometimes you can prove, hey, I can play with these guys, or sometimes you go, hey, this may be why you're kind of on the B team for now. Wait till next year.
Yeah.
A lot of things are exposed when the other team keeps their guys out there. It's good for everybody, though.
One of my old coaches, he's the D-line coach for the Oregon Ducks now. He's called the Great Measuring Stick. So if you get in there, you better make sure you got the measuring stick going.
Ain't nothing better than film.
Not at all.
Here's your chance. You've been banging. Oh, there's a holding out there.
Yeah.
They
I was
are
like,
ooh.
That probably should have been a horse collar there as well, I'd imagine. Make it down there lower.
Yeah, it was Austin Tomlinson there kind of grabbing Dudley up around the shoulder pads. That was borderline. Yeah, if you get your hand in the back of that collar, they'll call it. That probably could have been a horse collar.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to avoid, is that sudden pull where you hit the back of your head on the turf. That's what we're shooting for here.
And that knee kind of bends as well when you're pulling back on that inside of that shoulder pad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's exactly what that rule was put in for, and probably should have been enforced there. I don't think Tomlinson meant to do it. He's just trying to tackle a kid.
Yeah.
If I'm Coach Dudley right now, I'm probably getting number 2 out of the game. Just 6 minutes. You got a long season ahead. Ben Davis has got some weapons, and they got a chance to win this league. He's limping. His head hurts.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to say, let's take our losses, go back to the drawing board. Ben Davis is going to come out of this game at 2-3. After a 2-0 start, we had a big win over Westfield, big win over at HSC, and then really tough loss to Brownsburg, 12-7. And what I was told was a thriller from Coach Dudley, and then and kind of a shocker last week to lose to Carmel 14-0. And Carmel's defensively really good, and their offenses needed to catch up. And I think that now they're catching up a little. Carmel's going to be a problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they beat Ben Davis 14-0, and then Carmel's back today. And I know Carmel's defense gave Noblesville a lot of trouble there.
They sure did.
First half especially. They're well coached, and they're getting caught up.
I think that's all they needed was a little time to catch up. And
offense is hard. Offense is hard to put in.
It's all precision. Precision takes time. It's number 5 on the carry. That spin move was, oh my goodness.
What a play. And he did it again. Jed Fritz from Noblesville had blitzed in there and was in the backfield, and he got whirlpooled there. Watch this. Oof. Man, that kid's good.
And then you get another right down there by the first down marker.
Joshua Baker is legit.
He's a player.
Got a timeout. Or no, I guess he's just calling them all over. Got his backup quarterback in, probably looking to let's get some good reps. Probably going to look to run the ball quite a bit here.
Got to watch him before the game a bit. He's got some good feet himself, the backup quarterback there.
Does anybody want some fries? Because there's a lot of fries down here.
I'll take some fries. Somebody says something about fries.
Sounds pretty good right now.
People got McDonald's down here. Look at that.
Well, they got Baker there at the quarterback now. I don't think I saw him as backup before the game, but he's there
Bobble
now.
the snap, and tough go. Number 4 there on that play. Jed Fritz coming in with a little celebration, a little Heisman pose there. He's going to bring up a 4th down.
He's been really crucial in their B games this year for Noblesville, coming through with the blitzes. He's been growing up before our eyes. So we've got a 4th and 1 right here, right? Wonder if Ben Davis will go for a hard count.
This is where it's tough for shotgun teams when they try to go under center sometimes, especially with your backup quarterback.
Get those bobble snaps.
And then if you go to shotgun, your 4th and 1 turns into 4th and 4 or 5 as soon as the quarterback catches it.
Yeah.
I hate it. They are going to go into shotgun.
So we've got number 3 there.
Or he's going to go under center.
It's Max Wingo. Bobbled snap. Yeah, falls on it. Turnover on downs for BD. Noblesville's ball here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the backups the rest of the way here. 4:06 left in the 4th quarter. We got a turnover on downs. Noblesville will take over 1st and 10 from their own 31.
I see number 13, Ian Rich, trotting out there for at quarterback, I think. So I think
All
you're
right,
right, Coach.
Ian Rich going to bring it. Talked to his dad a while yesterday. His mom runs a marketing firm, and we just hired her for
awesome.
Honest Digital over there. She does a good job, and, man, we're excited about the things they can bring to the table.
It's got some good parents there. We've got a good group of parents and kids here in Noblesville. And I'm seeing Ben Davis as well. They came in, parents spoke, real personable folks. It's good to see good and honest football being played and kids being able to learn some lessons out here.
Yeah, you got to learn from the wins and the losses. If you always won, you wouldn't learn anything. Is that
exactly.
Coast Watch again?
That's Coast Watch again.
I keep wanting to call him Coast Watch. It might have been a face mask, yeah. Davion Winfrey's getting after it, man. He's been in on probably 20 or 30 tackles this game.
He's everywhere. He's got those long strides, too. It doesn't like he's running very fast as he's catching up, but he's gaining ground, you know.
They're frustrated right now. Not what you want to have happen in a game like this. And again, I can't stress enough, Ben Davis was in this game.
Yes, they were.
Momentum just really, really shot.
Now, when those types of things happen to you, Coach, when you had a big momentum shift, how do you keep your players in the game? How do you have to build a culture to make sure they still, kind of get it, especially at this age?
Maturity and wisdom, because to be honest with you, I couldn't handle it real well at first. It took me a few years to keep the highs and lows somewhere in the middle. I always tell the story. You remember Connor Sullivan, coached with us for years. We were playing the Knights one year, who was always really hard to beat. We come out one year and just score 2 quick touchdowns. It's 14-0, and we knew they were good, but we were good. Yeah. It was that sophomore class right now with Ty Holmes and those guys. And
those are some good kids.
Another personal foul here. And Connor's like, Coach, run it up on him. I looked at Connor and said, what are you talking about? This game hadn't even started yet. And next thing you know, we're holding them, at the goal line to win the game at the end. So you got to keep those highs and lows somewhere in the middle, and don't let it get to you. It's tough. It's tough when you lose and when things are going bad.
It's really tough because football's such an emotional game. You're managing emotions to keep those highs and lows pretty even, right? That equilibrium there, but.
You want to be adrenaline filled and to have success, and it's just tough to control it.
Yeah.
Little dive there with London Rollins off the right side, picks up a couple yards. But yeah, that's another reason why I'm not a big fan of playing back-to-back A and B games on Saturday. I know it's more convenient; everybody's here, but one coaching staff's going to be ready to go home.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes not fair to the B team players that want a legitimate game because they've been practicing hard all week. I love the Monday nights because we were able to get an event just for them. There's a touchdown.
Brandon Kowash again.
He's tough. Yeah, Kowash off the left side. Now this is going to be a running clock at this point. But yeah, but I also understand the other side of that you're all here. Let's get it done, and then you get an extra day off, Monday off, but I don't know. I always thought. It was worth it to make it a special event to give everybody a chance to get away from the win or the loss and make it a special moment on Monday nights. I don't know that any teams are doing Monday night B games this year.
I don't think so. I think I was talking to a Carmel parent a couple weeks ago, and as a parent of the team, I've seen both now, and I'm kind of torn between the two. I like having Monday nights for just B games, but it's another day you got off if you're not on Monday. So.
Unless you're Coach Ely and you add another night of practice. I'm a firm believer in 2 nights a week's plenty. Parents have lives and coaches have lives and parents have other kids, and there's a fine line there. But I'm not saying I'm right. That's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah, your own perspective and philosophy there.
There's a little dive up the middle. I think that's Everdell
there. Oh, no, that's London Rollins.
That's Rollins, okay.
The carry. Someone from Ben Davis got in there pretty quickly. Number 77, Bain Martin, got in there, but just missed him.
Number 4 from Ben Davis. Demarion Martin's a little bit. No, he's getting up. He's walking it off. I think that's 4. He's a little. So with a minute 39, it's score now with Noblesville 42, Junior Giants 0. Gonna kick the ball off and just have a running clock here. Probably gonna see a few more plays. Ben Davis is just trying to get guys in positions here. Make sure they got 11. Right now I'm counting 9. 10. I got 10. They're still short one.
We got another trotting out. Yeah, there we go. It's got number 13, Chase Madison, trotting out there.
Needs to get his mouthpiece in.
It's one thing that, oh, there we go. One thing I always say, I want to send you back home to your parents with all your teeth. Put your mouthpiece in.
There's Baker.
He's all over the field.
Joshua Baker.
Let's see if they keep him at quarterback for this drive here.
124 and the clock is running. They may just take a knee or two or just hand the ball off a couple of times. It's a big win for the Grinders. I honestly expected this to be a tougher game, and I do again. I go back to it would have been, I think, had the momentum not shifted the way it did. But Noblesville is going to be a tough team to knock off this year. That game with Brownsburg next week should be really interesting.
It's a battle of the unbeatens, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Assuming Brownsburg gets by Westville today, which is no gimme.
Oh, you're right. Westville's a tough team. They play here in about an hour or two, right?
Yeah.
Kickoff?
Yes, sir. They're Brownsburg's got a really good running back. Number 20, I forget his name, but they got a good running back. They got a little kid named Troop that plays the wide receiver and some jet sweeps. Very fast, quick, athletic kid. They got a good quarterback, and they're big up front. That's the biggest thing I'm looking for, is to see how Grinders' O-line holds up against Brownsburg, who I think has a pretty good defensive line.
Yeah.
And they got a couple good defensive ends, and
seems like it's definitely a good matchup both ways.
It's definitely right now, and Coach McCoy would have told me this week, and now I think I agree with him. It's the matchup of the two best teams right now in the IFA.
Yeah.
Could be a little preview of something to come. You never know.
Yeah. Never know. Every week's different with these age kids.
Little toss.
And we're out. Off the clock.
All right. Well, thank you.
Zeros.
We'll see you guys all next week at Brownsburg. Final score here from Beaver Materials Stadium is Noblesville 42, Ben Davis 0. Coach Hale, I appreciate you coming out. Congrats on being 7-0. Don't screw it up in the playoffs over at the NEFL 3rd and 4th grade league.
Oh, we sure hope not. Thanks, Coach Blake. Thanks for the time, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks to Jim Walford, Will Walford. Another great night, a great day of football. See you all next week.